It is May 1st, 2026. I'm Rob Carter, and we're back at Shooters of Columbus. No easy way to be free because it's time for Live Fire Friday. What's up, Anthony? Rob Carter. We're back here at Shooters of Columbus. No easy way to be free. Live Fire Friday, May 1st, beginning of the month. We have a really cool looking shotgun here, and then you were telling me that there's something really, really special going on now with these optics.
Yes, correct.
All right, so where do you want to start, sir?
Well, we'll jump into the shotgun first, and then we'll get into my whole spiel here about the pistols and their optics, huh?
All right, let's do this. Okay, so.
All right, so top here, I've got a Beretta A300 Ultima Patrol. We always talk about Beretta makes some of the best shotguns. I absolutely love that company. I love every single thing they make, even the things that people don't like. Their shotguns are phenomenal. The A300 Ultima Patrol, we talked about this in the past. The Ultima Patrol here is Beretta's more budget-friendly option to a tactical shotgun. They took the A300 series, which was traditionally a hunting and sporting series, and they made kind of a tactical gun out of it, which gives you a more budget-friendly option as opposed to their 1301 that they have with its own kind of specially designed gas system. It's a bit more expensive. We've talked about this before, so I won't get too deep into it. Rail on top, ghost ring sights, M-lock here on the front. What I do want to highlight is probably the thing that stands out to you immediately and is most noticeable is the camo pattern that is Cerakoted on here. This is just kind of a unique little one-off that they've done. What's really interesting about this, this is called frog skin pattern. A lot of you might recognize this as kind of waterfowl or duck hunting camouflage. A lot of people still today use it for that purpose. But the camouflage itself actually has roots dating all the way back to World War II. It's one of the earliest and not one of the first camouflage patterns used by the U.S. military. And it was used very heavily in the Pacific Theater campaign of World War II in Japan, as well as during the Korean War. It's really cool. I got a couple shirts that are in the duck camo pattern. It looks nice, But on top of that, one of the other big features that is on this, that is not with all the other A300s, is this device mounted here at the front underneath your mag tube. You're probably wondering what this is. Well, this is a bayonet lug. This is clamped on here and mounted to the M-lock on the bottom. So if you wanted to use like a traditional M7, M9 issue style bayonet, your ring would mount here. The butt of the grip would lock into place here, and you could actually have a bayonet mounted on this, converting your home defense shotgun into a home defense spear.
And you said just the one, right?
Yes, so as of right now, I only have this one left, and I don't know if I'll be able to get any more because I know this was a limited run thing that they did. So if this stands out to you, if this is awesome, if you love the pattern, if you love the idea of a bayonet lug mounted on your Beretta, come get this while it's still here. Now,
with these optics, because we got several of them right here, there's something really special going on with this specific brand,
There
correct?
is. So I'll go ahead and grab this one and use as our reference here. So, we've talked about the Aimpoint Koa a little bit in the past, but I wanted to highlight it a bit more today because there's some updates and some things going on with it. For starters, I just want to show, so what's interesting about the Koa here is it, unlike other pistol-mounted dots, it doesn't mount to just your standard optic-ready slide. It actually requires its own specifically designed slide from the factory. Reason for that is you'll notice that there is a recess on the front and the back where it's actually mounted in underneath the slide. So what's interesting here, so when you mount this, you'll lock it in like that to the front, and then it has a special metal rear iron sight that actually screws in the back here that holds it in. So that allows you to co-witness with your iron sights, but it also gives the function of locking it in the front and back. And that prevents a lot of wiggle or adjustment or movement, allowing the optic to hold zero a lot longer and a lot easier than other optics. And it also has a nice little battery compartment here on the side. That way you don't have to take it off to change your batteries out. It just slides out the side here, which is nice. I grabbed this one specifically to show off because it is a Gen 6 Glock 17. Gen 6s have been very difficult to get ever since they were first announced and started coming out. But their availability is starting to become more and more. And I've got the Glock 17 here. I've got standard 17s, I've got 19s, and I've got 19s with the Koa on them as well, and I expect some 45s will probably be showing up in the near future. So we've got these in standard and blue labels. So Gen 6 is starting to make itself known and show up in stores again, which is great. So we're going to bump on over here. So last year when the Aimpoint Koa first hit the market, Aimpoint had an exclusivity contract with Glock, meaning Glock was the only pistol that was designing slides for it, and Glock was the only pistol that was coming out and allowed to have the Aimpoint Koa on it. Well, that has ended as of this year, and as you'll see, I have a couple other pistols here in front of me, and most of our major firearms manufacturers as of this year are now releasing pistols ready for the Aimpoint Koa. What I don't have here available, but is true, I know we have some coming from Smith & Wesson. Smith & Wesson has the M&P 9s coming out. Ruger's RXM is also coming out with some that has the Aimpoint Koa on them, and a few of the other manufacturers, and they'll be slowly kind of rolling into the store. But what I have here today, from Springfield, we have the Echelon, and I have the compact model here, but I also have a full size. So they're polymer frame, striker fired 9mm pistol. Echelon's a great gun. I think shoots great. But yeah, I have compact and full size of the Koa, and what I really love, the Prodigy. So Springfield's 2011, their double stack 9mm 1911 style pistol, also with the Koa. And I believe recently, but I didn't see it in the cabinet because it sold, we had a Koa that was also the ported barrel model of the Prodigy, which is great. Get that porting and that nice new optic on here. But I wanted to highlight that because this is awesome optic. It is an awesome design and concept, and we are starting to see it in all of the pistols. So if you have a manufacturer or model gun that you really like and you want to try out the Koa, and you don't shoot Glocks, you don't have a Glock, or don't like Glocks, you don't have to settle anymore. You can get any of your primary duty sidearms with the Koa now.
So there you have it, Live Fire Friday, May 1st, 2026, with me, Rob Carter, and Anthony. Anthony, once again, as always, it's a pleasure. Come check these out for yourself here at Shooters of Columbus. No easy way to be free.